Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I literally just noticed we haven't changed this off of passive observation yet. Indoctrination. Let's go. Get that sweet extra to society research, and you'll also notice that our colonized planet has a new name. Well, kind of. I just added IND at the end to denote that that's intended to be an industrial world. Wonderful. Well, let's proceed for now. And we'll see what else we can grab. We've successfully managed to cut off these guys, at least for now. So that's good. Hello, that's a nice anomaly actually. 150 days? We'll go for it. Sensors pick up unusual readings in the vicinity of Zepok Vortex. Readings that are hard to explain being this close to a black hole. Well, let's go. So there is this world over here. We're also very interested in these worlds. A solar sailor. We've discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Haribus 5A. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting design choices. An interesting, albeit primitive design. 150 engineering research. Very nice. Well, we're going to start working on filling in this constellation next, as well as this constellation. That is our goal for right now. We're currently at 53 influence and rising, so that's perfect. We have an encounter in Heaven's Gate. Ah. We should indeed proceed with caution. We're going to investigate them. What is this gas giant structure here? Ah, yeah, that's our excavation over here in this location. Correct. Now I'm going to move you back to excavate that. I think we've got plenty of time. We're still very short on our influence, so we don't really need 3 exploration vessels. We're going to backtrack over here, and we're just going to survey through here kind of like this. I don't want to go on automated exploration just yet, because I want to get this entire constellation done first. The readings picked up in this system come, somewhat surprisingly, from Zepok Vortex itself. As black holes go, it's fairly small, which could account for some of the unexpected radiation leaking from its event horizon. Science Officer Gon believes that the black hole is on its way to bleeding out, and will eventually disappear entirely. Though it is difficult to say whether this process would be complete before the heat death of the universe. Some gravitational upset in the hole's youth has rendered it, to quote Gon, wobbly, further increasing the flow of energy from its event horizon. There's much we could learn, plus 9 physics there. That's solid. That'll be a good early game boost for us. Assuming we can make our way over there. But I'm pretty sure we can. We can go ahead and build this starbase. Oh, we've already queued that up, actually. Wonderful. So as soon as we're done constructing over here, we'll queue up this starbase in Belgium, where we can settle this tropical world. Now, what do we want this world to be? That's a very good question. Not very good for mining districts. We've already got an industrial world earmarked. So, maybe this would be an alloys world. We'll have to see.
A special project.
Hello, curators. Wonderful. Greetings, Star Travelers. We are the curators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by the various galactic powers in an ascendancy at the time. We were dedicated towards the preservation of all knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission than our predecessors were. We're willing to share some of our knowledge with you. For a price. Okay, let's talk to these guys. Can you aid us in our research? How much do they want? 1,000 energy credits? For 10 years of plus 10% research speed. Yes, please. We're in. Wonderful. Also, another multiplier to our technology speed.
Construction venture completed.
So that will be absolutely great. We're also able to continue expanding up this direction, and I think the path that we're going to push through this constellation is we're just going to push up like that. So we're going to have to wait for these two surveys to finish up. That's okay. I'm absolutely fine with banking some influence for right now. It'll allow us to push through faster in a little bit. And I'm very glad that we haven't run into anyone in either of these constellations yet. That's very, very good. We're still working on mining stations in Gothra. Fair enough. I would normally start thinking about a third construction ship right now. I feel like it's a little bit premature because our influence gains are still relatively small. But I'm thinking about it. What is our storage on alloys? 15k. Yeah, I think for now we're going to hold off on that. Just because I'm pretty sure that we'll blow through this influence pretty quickly.
A study has been completed.
Oh, wonderful. Research station output. We can grab Hyperdrive 2 or the Curator Exploration Lab. And we're going to grab that for right now.
Strange
Excellent.
happenings are afoot.
Okay, this anomaly has popped up. That's a nice and routine one. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Haribus 4A, practically begging for some archaeological work. Do it. That may actually create another archaeological site as well. That would be nice. Speaking of which, have we looked at this one? We actually haven't. A large derelict space station is trapped in a slow terminal orbit inside the atmosphere of this gas giant. The gravitational stresses will likely destroy it completely within the next 1,000 years. It has not yet drifted deep enough into the atmosphere to make archaeological expeditions to the station impossible. Fantastic. We're currently losing 2 consumer goods per month, but this planet should be able to cover that very easily.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
A Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. We'll go ahead and research that. It does delay this a little bit, but that's fine. Not too concerned about that. I do want to check in on our current research speed. Our base research speed is 52.45. Excellent. The structures on Haribus 4A are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Howen notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us ones, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Okay, that's a fair amount of research.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, so this construction is now done, and we're not ready to move into this system yet. I think we'll just wait. Oh, I didn't read that. Oh well. It's +3 engineering. I should have read that, though. My bad. We'll get to a point where we're just clicking through the events, but I like to do this in the early game of Stellaris. I like the flavor. The present dark and lifeless interior of the space station almost succeeds in hiding the fact that it must have been designed as some kind of luxurious pleasure palace. There are seemingly endless rows of rusty slot machines, hundreds of decrepit bars and restaurants, and amidst it all, thousands of bodies. Dead, partially mummified aliens of at least a dozen different species can be found everywhere, but most of the bodies are clustered around the empty escape pod bays. Okay, that, that sounds safe. Well, we should finish up the survey over here quite soon. That's good. We just finished up this starbase. We're going to grab our research stations. As far as this region goes, we are waiting on a little bit of surveying over here to get over here most efficiently, right? Actually, just this location. We could grab Jaundice, Heaven's Gate, and then this location to guarantee that we have this constellation. So I like that concept. Once you're done with that, build a starbase here in Jaundice. Okay, let's be able to clear these tile blockers. That'll be fine. Explorix has now been explored, and we are heading over to this location. We don't know what it's called yet. We're about to find out. Okay. Stellaris. We're going to move up there. Sounds good. So the Tree of Life Tranquility is probably a little bit upset at us. Actually, they're not that upset about us. Minus 23 opinion. But I'm not too scared of them because they're fanatic pacifists. They have to use defensive wars only. We're going to leave that one be for now. That's 250 days on that anomaly. I'm not willing to wait that long just yet. We'll come back to it. Excellent. So yeah, we're going to go over here, then over here, and then we're going to grab that location. So that'll be absolutely fine. We do need to wait for these surveys to finish up. And it will be done quite soon. So that's fine. And we're going to just plow through the influence once this is done. Although, we do have a building slot available in our capital and 3 unemployment. We're starting to get close to our empire, or rather to our admin cap. And I do want this to be a bureaucracy world. That said, we can build that dread encampment. Necromancers turn consumer goods into research points and naval cap, and spawn defensive armies. That's actually really good. That's essentially I was going to say that's essentially a replacement of the Stronghold, but it's like a better version of the Stronghold. I think we're going to go for the Dread Encampment for right now.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
An unusually deliberate, geometric configuration of minerals drifts through the debris belt by UT-9-44-D1 and is possibly of alien origin. Okay, we'll research that. And we're leaving that one be, but we did have our archaeological site pop up. This derelict station was once known as the Star Petal, and it was apparently a celebrated luxury resort in this corner of the galaxy nearly 1,000 years ago. A small fleet of tugs would drag the station to a new exotic location each year, but Gothra 3 appears to have been its last. For unclear location... Location? What? I don't know where I even got location from there. Maybe from there? I don't know. For unclear reasons, the station was pulled into the gas giant's atmosphere where it suffered critical damage. Well, that was exciting. Okay. This construction ship is going to be ready to construct here as soon as we're done with this survey. So that's fine. Ah, they're becoming more spiritualist. Good. Very, very good. That system survey is done. It's also irrelevant. We see some space whales around here. That's fine. I kind of do want to start outputting another colony ship. So let's do that, and we'll send it over to Belgium. Whose science ship is this? Tree of Life Tranquility. Okay. In a gentle orbit around the massive UT-9-44-D1 floats a portable databank. Scooped up by the GCS Cracked Misfortune, it's found to contain text in some alien language. The vocabulary is not wholly unfamiliar, but the syntax is disconcertingly complex. Science Officer Gon recommends a more thorough study to decipher the text's contents and origins, so we can analyze it on our capital, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Wonderful. I believe this gives us a bunch of influence. Oh, they just closed their borders to us. We are going to reciprocate. Okay. I was going to leave borders open, but they forced our hand.
Construction venture completed.
This construction ship is not building anything. We'll grab this 2 physics research over here, and then we're going to head over to Heaven's Gate.
There's a light over the newly established colony.
Excellent. Okay, so this colony here, we probably want to work on removing some of these tile blockers, but we don't actually have the tech to do so. We're also going to want to move some pops in here. I'm wondering, we don't actually promote with the reassembled ship shelter. We could probably consider moving some Raxar over. Ideally, some unemployed Raxar. So we'll move 1, 2, and this is a Grim one. We can move a single Grim one over. That puts us at 5. Hang on, does that cost? Yes, it does. Just wanted to double check with our ethics. Okay, we can then go for a Chamber of Evolution right away. And that's absolutely what we're going to get. Now they've got some unemployment here, but that's fine. We can build a mining district as well. And that will eventually become an industrial base for us. We'll go ahead and build our starbase here. Excellent, and you can see that we're starting to run out of influence. We should have enough to grab Heaven's Gate for sure. So that should be absolutely fine. And I'm still guessing that this wormhole connects to this trinary system. Hopefully that's the case. Unable to build a starbase. Yeah, that would have been because we did not have the influence. That's fine. Let's see here. Empire sprawl from systems and colonies is reduced, or starbase upkeep, or pop growth speed. We're going to go pop growth speed right now. That is the biggest thing for this moment.
Construction venture complete.
And then we're going to grab courier network probably after that. We're lacking 1 influence here. Now we can build our starbase in Heaven's Gate. Fantastic. So this constellation here connects over here. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at isolating that. There's our mining subsidies and mineral purification plant. That's fantastic. Oops, I did not mean to grab that. That was not what I wanted. We're not going for standardized Corvette patterns just yet. Powered exoskeletons, on the other hand, we could grab that, but we're not going to go down the robotic path. So we're not going to get robots, but actually, let's just not even research that, now that I think about it. Oh, we did put some points into it. Sad. We're going to go for Ceramo... I can't pronounce this. Ceramo metal armor instead. Wonderful. And we're just going to continue exploring over here for now. We're going to be waiting on this for a while, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about that because of our influence levels. We do have an unemployed pop on our capital again. Our Chamber of Elevation... Oh, hello. Where is it? Maybe it doesn't pop up just yet. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time in the Rim system. Unlike the previous one, this gateway has not been altered in any obvious way, and our scans indicate that it's still connected to the rest of its network. However, it is currently inoperable due to its poor condition. Okay, it's up here. Gotcha. And that does give us a little bit more information about this constellation up here, and tells us that we can grab up to here very, very safely, rather than up to here. Fantastic. So we'll survey something like that for now. That'll do.
Construction venture completed.
Now this colony ship is done. We are going to send it over to Belgium 3A. And we're going to colonize that. Yes, I am aware. We are still going to colonize it. Excellent. Also, I would like to know you guys' opinion on what our race would think about terraforming. They might be okay with it, or they might not. Because I was thinking about that. Like, our entire goal is to protect the universe from the life within it, right? But at the same time, I could see them making the argument that we must terraform select worlds to better aid us in protecting the rest. Like, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few sort of thing. Anyway, the text, its title roughly translates to regional ruler, is written in a presumably ancient dialect of the tree tongue spoken in the Tree of Life Tranquility. The text is doubtlessly of some historical import to them and might contain valuable insights. We could gain 40 influence, or we could give it to them. And I think we'll give it to them. I can't remember if this gives you more influence or not. I believe it does. If not, then I was wrong. We'll see. Energy credits? And a favor, I suppose. We understand that you found the only surviving copy of The Prince, a text of significant historical and cultural importance to our people. We thought it irrevocably lost to a pirate raid years ago, but we're grateful to see that it found its way into civilized hands. Will you return it to us? We will gladly transfer some energy credits for your trouble. I guess. I would have preferred the influence.
An unusual phenomenon.
Okay, we'll go ahead and research this one. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more. Well, let's check it out. We also have this archaeological site. The archaeologists working on the Star Petal have gathered sufficient clues and evidence to paint a reasonably clear picture of the station's final days. A stray asteroid impacted the station, knocking it into an orbit that would soon plunge it into Gothra 3's atmosphere. Station-keeping thrusters could not compensate, and the command staff soon issued an evacuation order. Unfortunately, the station only had enough escape pods to evacuate a fraction of its passengers, and mass panic soon erupted. Those who were not trampled to death perished when the station's environmental systems failed as it drifted deeper into the gas giant. Curious. Curious indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our mining stations here, and then we'll start moving to Explorix, but we don't have the influence just yet to claim it. So that's fine. We're building research stations here, so yeah, we're going to be waiting here for a while. But we're a little short on influence, and we're trying to push multiple directions. Unusual readings suggest there may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. While approaching Savasic 3, the GCS Endless Thorns suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia until today. The rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design, despite their incredible age. Incredible indeed. Okay, so this construction ship is not doing anything. We expect that to be the case, though. On our capital, we currently have an unemployment, and there are 2 available jobs on our world here. We do want to change this over to a industrial world. And so we shall. But let's go ahead and resettle in our unemployed Raxar. Wonderful. Which means that we have boosted this up to a much better level. Now we can get +2 housing with a mining district, but we're going to need a city district to help us with our housing. So we're going to build a city district for right now. Encountering Heaven's Gate. Lambda aliens. That, ladies and gentlemen, looks like a science ship. Drop everything. We need to go survey this location. Yep, that's a science ship, all right. Nestled in sheltered pockets across Rim 1's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Rim 1 has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which could make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this represents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Rim 1, if at all. Okay, 3 society research there. So yeah, we dropped everything here so that we can race to this system. If they don't have this claimed yet, then we need to claim it. And yes, I'm aware of our consumer goods situation, and let's go ahead and fix that temporarily. We're going to just purchase in 500 consumer goods.
A system survey has concluded.
We are, of course, going to be producing consumer goods on ThreadMap, but it's not ready yet. So that'll be fine. Okay, the Lambda aliens are now in Wodriax. We're just heading up there as quick as we can in hopes that we beat them to this system. This system is the most important in this constellation.
A spaceport is descent.
Ah, there's an asteroid approaching Snarkeel. The small asteroid, or the small astrometric. I kept trying to say asteroid because this isn't an asteroid, but the small astrometric lab on our observation post orbiting Snarkeel has detected a Class 4 asteroid on an incoming trajectory. Unless action is taken, it will impact the planet's northern hemisphere with enough force to cause an extinction-level event. Our mission of passive observation would typically prohibit us from intervening, but many of our scientists have argued for an exception in this case. To do nothing would mean to condemn the Penthulan civilization on Snarkeel to certain death. Yeah, we're going to deal with it. Because we want to induct them into the fold. Is that starbase going to do it for us? Maybe. Well, it's not doing any damage, really. It's doing a little bit of damage, I suppose. But not to worry. Here comes our fleet, such as it is. After successfully translating their language, we've established communications with the Tavrite Harmonious Mandate. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities have been terminated. Rocks. They're also pacifist. Fanatic Xenophile. Fair aliens, I bring greetings from the Tavrite Harmonious Mandate. We're a peaceful nation, justly ruled by our beloved serene protector, Imart Stayold. We hope today will mark the beginning of an era of friendship between ourselves and your fascinating species. We'll praise the divine for that meeting so we appear less spooky. Okay. Noted. So they already have this location. So that's going to be slightly problematic. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll figure out how to best deal with these lads. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.